MATLAB looks something like this, where you have a command window where whatever data you want to take or get or read or ask MATLAB to read basically goes into this window. You can put it as a directory and it's shown here. And then here is your workspace. And I'm going to show how simple it is to, let's say, introduce vectors and matrices here. So you can go there, you can go to this home button here. You have plots, which is basically other aspects and various different things that you can take a look at. You click on the new variable and you change the variable name to, let's say, A. And this is exactly like your Excel sheets. So you can start playing around with, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you represent a particular vector or a matrix. So this is a matrix. This is A. You can now go, for instance, another matrix. I'm introducing one, a 3x2 matrix, and here's unnamed. I'll just change it to B, enter. A 2x3 and a 3x2 matrix that is shown here. Basically, you have a row and a column. You can now multiply A by B. And when you multiply that, you get the answer here. And this shows the matrix multiplication between A and B. C equal to A and B. Now that answer is provided in matrix C instead of just an ANS, which is a variable. Now, if you put the semicolon there, it doesn't show it here. It just calculates it here. So for codes that you go a bit further and further, you don't want to use like 100 lines, let's say, of code. You don't really want that to show there every time that you're calculating some new variable. So what you do is you just put that semicolon there, that it stores it there in your workspace, but it doesn't actually show it here, especially for intermediary variables that you're not going to use. Oh. So now, if we want to introduce and find the first basically column here. So typically how MATLAB works, if you say A parentheses 1 comma 1, that would give you the first element of your matrix. So it would give you the elements 1 and 1. So the first one represents the row, the second one represents the column. If you put this mark here, the 2 dots on top, that would represent all of the rows. Okay, if it's on the first one, and it would represent all of the columns if it were to be in the second one. So when I say A parentheses dot comma 1 parentheses close, that would give us the first column of matrix A. So if we do this, this will give us the first column of matrix A. It's 1 and 4. Let's go and check. Yes, it's 1 and 4. Now, if we do it the exact opposite, meaning or 1 and 2, this would give us this, right? So this here represents that. If we do A, 1 and the rest, it would give us the first row, because the first one is the first and then the rest. If we do 1 and 1, it gives us the first element, right? So this way we would be able to call different types of variables, or if we want to use a particular variable, it's very simple to use it. So now, for instance, I want to perform a dot product between the first column of A and the second row of B. Let's just say dot, and I just enter this, and it gives you 6. So let's see if that is true. So the first column here is 1 and 4, and the second row there is 2 and 1. Is 1 times 2 plus 4 times 1 is going to be 6. So it's a simple process like this. I would like you guys to kind of get yourself familiarized with this, play around with it. Instead of now using Excel, use this and see how it's going to provide. Literally, it looks like Excel in this realm, and it's very simple to use it, particularly for vectors and matrices. Now, what is beautiful about it, that it also provides a very, very comprehensive, basically, what is it called? The library of functions, particularly in image processing. I'm going to give the data for the images here to you so that you can play around with it at home once you're rewatching this. And the case is this. Now imagine I want to go and read this bim.jpg. I have no idea how to or where to start, but I know I'm using MATLAB, and I know I have Google and the internet. So I go and basically search there. Read image MATLAB. Press that. You go to the particular function in MathWorks, and it gives you exactly what it is with very, very clear guidelines about what it is, with different examples, with different ways that you can use those functions. Very simply, almost everything you can utilize that. And I'm going to go this whole tutorial using exactly that process. So you just copy this, for instance, and you have different ways that you can take it. Okay, you know, first, you know, you might have a particular variable, you might have a particular part there. So you just copy and paste it here. So instead of the file name, you just go and change this into basically, let's say, our reality. So you just paste that here. And based on how the function works, you have to put it into quotations, dot the basically file formats, which is JPEG. And you do that, and you put the semicolon at the end. And it gives you this matrix, which is basically the size of that. So the first one is the rows, the second one is the column. The 3 here represents the RGB. Because it's too large, it doesn't actually show it. But if we want to actually show this, let's see how I can actually show images in MATLAB. Again, go into Google. Show image MATLAB. Display an image. You go there. Oh, there's a function for that too. So it's called IMShow. I represents the function of what you have, your image that you plugged into MATLAB. Okay, you again copy this, paste this. So instead of I, here we've identified the reality as A, right? So we just change it as A. Okay, enter, it shows you the image. So this is going to be our image. This is the image of reality that you're going to play around with, which I'm going to go through this tutorial with you as well.